With the rise of streaming services, well-made series like The Mandalorian, The Rings of Power, and House of the Dragon have expanded the very definition of what television can be. Some have dubbed the current era the golden era of television for the variety and the sheer number of high-quality TV series available to watch from the comfort of one's home. Though some series tend to be acclaimed for their quality, given the nature of a long-running show, it is possible that the same level of quality is not maintained from start to finish. As such, Redditors are beginning to call out certain well-loved series for truly terrible seasons that stand as the very worst in their respective shows' run. Leverage, 2008–2012, available on Amazon Prime. One Reddit user, UseRun known for now, writes that though they are a fan of the 2008 drama series Leverage, Season 2 was its worst season. I never grew to like Tara and I just wanted Sophie back. Plus, it felt like they kept getting caught that season for some reason. Every other season was so much better. The second season of Leverage is known for having some good episodes, but for ultimately failing to measure up to its preceding season. The show fizzled in popularity thereafter, though many fans have grown excited by the appropriately named sequel series, Leverage: Redemption, which has already aired its first season. Arrow, 2012–2020, available on Netflix. Reddit user Famous_Hope laments the follies of Arrow's fourth season, as the main villain was built up to be a major threat only to be defeated in an unremarkable and underwhelming way. They hyped the villain, Damien Darhk, so much, they write, and then, in the end, 2 words hope and happiness and voila, Oliver won. That really sucked. Arrow had garnered a positive reputation for itself in its first few seasons, even sparking what is now known as the Arrowverse. However, its fourth season experienced a severe drop in quality compared to its preceding seasons, as the showrunners divided their time between the series and The Flash, which was in its second season at the time. That 70s Show, 1998–2006, available on Peacock. Redditor Aquila89 has strong feelings about the final season of That 70s Show, writing, "I try to pretend it doesn't exist." The long-running NBC sitcom, set in the 70s, had a generally positive reputation leading into its final season, which is widely regarded as its worst. The final season of the beloved sitcom was somewhat doomed from the very beginning, with longtime cast members exiting the series, being replaced with underwhelming new characters that fans failed to connect with. The season was also criticized for wrecking several long-running plotlines, leaving many characters with rushed and unsatisfying endings. Roseanne, 1988–1997, available on Peacock. Redditor Lemon Sweet Revenge believes that the 9th and final season of Roseanne was the worst of the show by far. "It made me so mad," they write, saying that the events following the Connor family winning the lottery were not even close to plausible. They also go on to lament the writing pertaining to Dan's character, who is depicted as a typical cheating spouse. The 9th season of the long-running comedy was heavily criticized for its stark departure from previous seasons, only making matters worse when the finale revealed that the events of the season had taken place in Roseanne's mind, which many fans believed to be a complete cop-out. The additional revelation that Dan had died of a heart attack in the previous season soured the audience's perception of the series, leading the event to be retconned when the show returned in 2018. Parks and Recreation, 2009–2015, available on Peacock. Thursday Storm believes that the first season of Parks and Recreation is, by far, the worst of the show's beloved run. The Redditor sings the praises of the following season, writing that by making Leslie's character less dumb, the show greatly improved its formula for future seasons. Parks and Recreation truly struggled to find its footing in its first season, trying far too hard to resemble its sister series, The Office. As the writers and characters began to settle, however, the show would quickly become a beloved entry in the mockumentary genre, sparking iconic storylines and an endless number of beloved quotes over the course of 7 seasons. Parks and Rec even featured many major guest stars along the way. Dexter, 2006 to 2013, available on Paramount Plus. Reddit user Cybor writes that the 8th and final season of Dexter was the show's worst. It already got pretty uninteresting apart from season 7, they write, but season 8 went downhill in quality from beginning to the end, with quite possibly the worst series finale I have seen, yes, even worse than GOT. Dexter's final season is infamous for being one of the worst conclusions to a popular series ever made, with many believing that the show managed to ruin its protagonist completely in a single scene of the series finale. Thankfully, fans were given a new conclusion in Dexter: New Blood, which went out of its way to fix the many problems from the original finale. Promised Neverland, 2019 to 2021, available on Netflix. Zeno Orange writes that they hated season 2 of Promised Neverland. It went from an interesting and thrilling story on a farm to going through or skipping the rest of its arcs at the speed of light. The second season of the anime only aired in 2021 but has already become hated by devoted fans of the series. Many grew to hate the second season of Promised Neverland for rushing through character arcs that had been set up in the previous season and several spoiler-filled decisions on the parts of the writers that sullied the very purpose of the series itself. House of Cards, 2013 to 2018, available on Netflix. In a post from a deleted Reddit account, a House of Cards fan laments the quality of the Netflix original's final season. They could have made a great season about Claire dealing with Frank's death and legacy. They write, but the showrunners rushed. The writing was so bad, the last 2 episodes felt like a cheap horror movie. House of Cards had its work cut out for them in its final season after the series lead, Kevin Spacey, was accused of several acts of misconduct, leading him to exit the show. The series was then forced to refocus on Robin Wright's character, but failed to meet the same quality of its preceding seasons, leaving House of Cards with unanswered questions and filled with unresolved plot lines. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 2013 to 2020, available on Disney Plus. Moo Kids believes that the first season of the Marvel series Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was a rather slow start and the show probably would have been cancelled if not for the popularity of the MCU. They go on to write that the later seasons got even weirder, but in a good way. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. indeed struggled to find its place among the larger cinematic universe in which it was set. Though its later seasons would have fewer connections to the MCU, they greatly improved in quality, leading the show to become a beloved entry of the franchise, with many fans hoping for certain Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters to return in the MCU. Game of Thrones, 2011 to 2019, available on HBO Max. Nitro J7 writes that Season 8 of Game of Thrones is undoubtedly the show's very worst batch of episodes. Though the Redditor believes that the series took a dip in quality as early as its 6th season, they write that Season 8 was particularly bad and ruined the show's reputation. The finale season of HBO's hit fantasy series has been widely disparaged by most viewers. It was seemingly rushed in every sense of the word, bringing characters with wide-ranging storylines to unsatisfying conclusions unbefitting of a show that had once been renowned for its impressive writing. fans are still livid about the unsatisfying ending of their favorite series years later, leaving a stain on the show's once stellar reputation.